Alright, time for round two. We're playing some Boltfolk, and we're on the play again, so happy about that. And this is a good hand, so we're going to keep. This last match did not go as planned, but let's see if we can recover here. Start with a turn one miscaller. And pass. So I guess we should count the matches where miscaller was relevant in some form. Green Black X was the last match, so that was not relevant at all. Miscaller wasn't. We also didn't see miscaller, so not a big deal. But so I'm kind of wondering if Curse Catcher or miscaller should be in the main deck. So we're playing Bloodstained Mire deck with no Thoughtseize. I wonder what that means. So I'm gonna go ahead and swing. I don't want to have them, if they want to Fatal Push my miscaller, let them do that. We're just gonna play a Silvergill Adept this turn. Reveal Lord of Atlantis. I mean, this is kind of the hand that you want. You just want to curve out, and this hand's gonna curve out somewhat, pretty well. I wouldn't mind a top deck like Bolt or Wizard's Lightning to round things out, especially if they play a turn 2 Young Pyromancer. We might be against Mardu Pyromancer. What are we against? No turn 1 play. A Fatal Push. We're probably against Mardu Pyromancer. So they know we have Lord of Atlantis. They Sorcery Speed Fatal Push. So I guess there's no harm in just casting the Lord of Atlantis now. Seeing, like, if they want to kill my miscaller instead, that's totally fine. Sure. So that it just didn't change anything. So it's good to see a Fatal Push go, because I'm gonna be wanting to cast this Master of Waves. We got turn 3 Liliana the Veil. Maybe. That's not gonna be a good sign at all. Yeah, it looks like we're playing just Pyromancer. So they didn't play anything. Let's just go ahead and swing for one. I don't want to get Kolaghan's commanded. So here I think we just want to cast Master of Waves. If they have a Kolaghan's command, that's great, because Kolaghan's command can't touch Master of Waves. If they're worried about casting it, they can try to kill miscaller, and the cool thing about that is that we can sack it in response. I guess it depends on what mode. I guess everything on Kolaghan's command targets, so we can't counter it entirely, but I'd much rather than Kolaghan's command a miscaller than anything else. Alright, cool. Let's see. Maybe they're thinking about killing the miscaller. Now this is another one where if miscaller was Curse Catcher, it would have been better, because I could have saved, like, my Lord from a lightning bolt, or just forced them to cast it on another turn because they wanted to play around Curse Catcher. Do they have a path for me? No. It's a good sign. this looting. That's fine with me. I think that's good. So I think another reason, another vouch for Curse Catcher would be the fact that, ugh, Collective Brutality. Yep, that's a good card. Another pro in the column of Curse Catcher is that because Creeping Chill Dredge is on the rise, so we can just cast Lord Volantis and Phantasmal Image here. Because I gotta finish my thought. Because Creeping Chill Dredge and that deck is on the rise, people are moving towards Anger of the Gods, and if Anger of the Gods is the counterplay to that deck, then Anger of the Gods is also very good against Merfolk, and you're going to want to try to stop it as best you can, and Curse Catcher at least staves it off for a turn. Kolaghan's Command. Deal 2 damage and target player discards a card. Sure. Okay. I'm surprised they hit the... Well, that's probably why. This is another one where Curse Catcher would have looked good right there. Ugh. So that... Well, I guess let's see what they're planning on. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see what they exile. Ugh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, yeah, right. They don't have the mana to cast it. Can't complain there. Merfolk Trickster. So we've got to smash into Chandra, right? Yeah, I think we have to. So at least we can flash in Merfolk Trickster. Yep. Blood Moon. Yeah, that's fine with me. We're pretty Blood Moon proof right now. Okay, they didn't want to cast it. Okay, so as long as they don't have any removal, this will put Chandra at a point where they can't -3, but they have 3 cards in hand, so I'd be very surprised if they didn't have removal. There it is. Okay. Alright, so another Trickster. So I guess let's replay that turn, in a sense. Doing the same thing. Yeah. I mean, this is removal.deck, so, like, you gotta expect this kind of thing to happen. This deck is just playing nothing but removal spells. Yep. Lingering Souls. Well, that's a pretty damn good hit. They didn't play land, so have to imagine that their hand is just good cards. Well, I guess we can attempt to smash in. Bolt, yep. Yeah, I mean, like, look, we're playing Merfolk. It doesn't matter if you're playing mono blue or any other variation, like triple fatal push, triple bolt shenanigans is just not gonna look good at all. Like we've been hit by like 8 or 9 removal spells, literally. I think. Yep, 8. Yeah. There's nothing that gets us out of this, and Chandra's gonna ultimate next turn, so I guess we can look at our draw for fun, but it doesn't matter. Okay. We'll just go ahead and concede. No need to even look at Silvergill. Alright, so Kira is exactly what I want in here because I don't like my creatures dying. Mist Color is not amazing. Ether Vial comes out in the attrition matchups. Tectonic Edge comes in. Relic is fine. Yeah, it's fine for Bedlam Reveler and the like. Spell Pierce comes in. Tidebinder comes in. What do we take out? So Spreading Seas definitely stays in. I guess Phantasmal Image can come out. And I don't know, maybe 2 Wizard's Lightning. Leave it at this right here. That sounds good. And this is a keepable hand, so we will keep. So turn one I guess we play Relic. We could play Spell Pierce, but is it worth Spell Piercing like an Inquisition? Probably not. So we'll just go ahead and cast Relic. Sure. Imagine they're taking a Master of Waves. Taking the Spell Pierce. That's fair. Spell Pierce deals with Kolaghan's command pretty well. So I guess we just jam the Master of the Pearl Trident. We could cast the Mutavault and not cast anything. We're not really worried about a Kolaghan's command smashing the Relic of Progenitus before we can blow it up, so I think it's just fine to jam a Master of the Pearl Trident, although like the likeliness that it will live is I would imagine 0. Although they could just play a young Pyromancer here. Nope. Tidebinder. I think I'm gonna run out the Tidebinder. Like, we're hoping they don't ever cast a Bedlam Reveler to tap down because Relic of Progenitus is on the field. And it's Devotion to Master Waves if we can hit the sure. Young Pyromancer is fine. So we want to hit a land, right? So they didn't play a land. We want to hit a land. And if it's Spirebluff Canal, I'm gonna be sad. Okay, there's the land. Good. A little something in our favor. sad part is that this leaves us wide open for our relic getting smashed without getting value off of it. That is a good sign. Although if they hit a land, they can like hit a fetch land into a fatal push for Master of Waves, or they could hit any land into a Collective Brutality or something like that. They didn't find a land at all. That's a good sign. This young Pyromancer is not going to match up very well. Ooh, God. This is... I think this is fine. We got to just jam right now because they're stumbling on mana and we've got to take advantage of that as much as possible. I really would like to keep up a Spell Pierce, but like we have to take advantage of what we got right now. So let's swing with those. Pray they don't have a red source Anger the Gods. I mean, Master of Waves still would be on the field, but this turns on Fatal Push for one of these Masters, though, unfortunately. But I think that's fine. Well, no. So they don't have a Fatal Push. We just have to dodge, like... I don't know. At this point, it's pretty dodgy for them. Like, Kolaghan's Command's not going to save them from dying from Master of Waves. Anger of the Gods is the big punisher. Well, we've played 2 matches, and in these attrition-y matchups, like, Master of Waves is where it's at. Like, Master of Waves is showing his caliber, although, again, not as invincible as he used to be, but still good nonetheless. They didn't just play a land and jam Anger of the Gods, so I'm guessing they don't have it. I know if it were me, I'd slam that thing as soon as I saw it, the land, and then Anger. Alright, so we got there. Master of Waves. Every game that we've won has been because Master of Waves is an amazing card. Which makes me wonder if we want to take out 2 Merfolk Trickster and put in Phantasmal Image. I think no. Phantasmal Image essentially says that you have to have something stay on the battlefield for it to get value. You can get 2 for 1 very easily, especially if you're playing a removal.deck. This is fine. We have 2 spells that we can cast off of this land in Mutavault, and they're on a mulligan, so we're going to keep this. They're going to 5 cards. Yikes. Scry to the bottom. That's not very good. Although if they have a Thoughtseize, that's just fine. Faithless Looting, that's just card disadvantage. That's a good sign. Alright, so we're going to play a Spire Bluff here just in case. Ooh. But there's a relic. God. So here's the thing. If they play turn 2 Pyromancer, we want to kill it immediately. We want to just have them get no value off of it. And I think the chance that a Bedlam Reveler is going to hit the field in the next turn is 0. So let's just save this bolt. Okay, so they're not casting it. That is fine. Alright, let's get to being threatening. Another Silver Yellow Adept. Damn good for these attrition matchups. we got? Collective Brutality. Trying to get my bolt out of hand. That's fine. Okay. So now we can play Silvergill Adept into... Which one did we show before? I guess it doesn't matter since they've seen it all, but... Top deck Spell Pierce here would be fine, but that is alright too. Here's the hoping they don't have K command. So, they have 2 cards in hand. Spreading Seas on the black source would probably be just fine. If they let me untap, then that means that they don't have Kolaghan's command because they would have shattered that relic. So I guess we're gonna try to kick them while they're down here. Play a Lord of Atlantis. I could swing with a Mutavault, swing 6, and it might be better to get aggressive, but I'm gonna try to, I'm just gonna try to hit their black source, and hope they don't draw any lands. Fatal Push. Well, I guess I should have done that before I cast Lord of Atlantis. Yeah, that was a little silly. So I let my Lord of Atlantis die for nothing. Okay. Master of Waves. Hell yeah. I still think next turn I won't auto yield because I have to turn off Relic. Liliana the Last Hope. Sure. Okay. So I think next turn we either can cast Master of the Pearl Trident and swing 6. I think that's better. And then also, now that we have an island, we can just leave up Relic of Progenitus. I like that. Let's be aggressive. And they're not anywhere towards getting Bedlam Reveler, are they? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. No. Even if they were, like, Tidebinder Mage is gonna come in and tap it down. I think it's fine to just, at the end of turn, just smash the Relic here and draw a card. I mean, we're threatening lethal if they just do something irrelevant this turn, like cast a Lingering Souls. Okay, target creature, they're gonna make gain and lose and kill my master. That's totally fine. They have 0 cards in hand. Yep. I will allow it. So next turn we're gonna be swinging for, let's exile and see what we find. Spreading Seas. Yeah, that's good too, actually. And that is good as well. So I think actually what I'm gonna do is be really, might as well keep them completely on. I'm just gonna swing 4, and then I'm gonna Tectonic Edge this white source, and then I'm gonna Spreading Seas the swamp, so they only have 1 red mana. Perfect. Yep. Got it. So what to say about that? The bolts didn't look exciting in there. Master of Waves stole us game 2. Just traditional Merfolk stuff there. We've only played attrition matchups so far, so hopefully we get some varying kind of matchups, and we'll see what happens next match.